In conclusion, we can't really know what's happening, but we know that whoever is there presenting themselves as the Taigetan queen and as the CIC with the new group is either several options. This is the infiltrated group that replaced original Mari and Taigetans, or they were silenced in some way. To that, let me add you that vision that I had with Yasuki. Remember, a few weeks ago, I told you I had a vision with Yasuki, and I told you that there is a part that I couldn't reveal. Remember? Well, I'm going to tell you now what the rest of that vision. The rest of the vision was that when I saw them together, Yasuki and Mari, that was Yasuki telling me that she went with Mari because Mari's soul wasn't there anymore in Mari's body or Mari's persona. Mari was there as a soul and Yasuki was with her. And she was telling me that someone who is Mari now is either, yeah, it's true that, you know, maybe there's something to do with the immersion. Someone is like using Mari's body, or Mari's body is being like infiltrated by some other intelligence manipulating her. But like Mari's original pure soul is being with Yasuki somewhere else. That's what I felt. But I couldn't say it because to you at that time, because I'm pointing to this Mari being bad, and we were not ready to do that, to take that step yet. So we don't know what's happening. We believe, I'm going to say that the complete infiltration happened with Athena and Yasuki gone, but we believe that it's been gradual, and that there has been manipulations happening on board for a while. And we do believe that these are ETs and human elements. They have to be, because we feel it. We feel that human toxic energy, or maybe regressive ET energy coming together with the human elements energy. I think it's both. Another option is that Mari from the beginning was a Trojan horse. And she was not replaced. She was just kind of always bad. It was just not known. And now this is interesting. When Mari was made princess, I'm going to find that conversation. With the aching heart, like with the trembling, not aching, with the trembling heart, I suggested to Athena at that time, it just came to me as a thought, like a possibility, because there are already all these infiltrations. And I was thinking, Athena, what if like Mari is some kind of an infiltrated piece here, and now she's becoming a queen? Wouldn't that be a puppet queen, maybe? I suggested that, but not really thinking that. It was just a popping idea in my head. You know, just, you know, contemplating different things. And Athena said, no, for sure not. So I said, okay, no. And the subject was never mentioned again. Again, I didn't believe that, really. I just had millions of different possibilities in my head, and that was one of them. But what if it was true? Mari appeared supposedly pursuing that starlet girl. What if they were together and she was meant to be found by Athena and brought in here? I don't know, I'm speculating. I do not want to speculate, okay? I know you will be speculating back and forth as well. But I'm just throwing it in there as another option. And another option also is that Mari has been, that she was good, but has been under heavy influence of the infiltrative, manipulative group and turned bad. If not replaced, simply turned bad. Because we believe that this manipulation has been going on for a while. You know, this is something they always wanted, the Cabal, to infiltrate Taigeta. And not just the Cabal, but working with the regressive Taigetan elements. I know, it's a circus out there. You know, sometimes with my Space Academy, especially now, I'm excited to share all this with the people and open their minds to the cosmic reality. But then I'm thinking now, especially now, I'm thinking like, with all this happening out there, I mean, what are we really waking them up to? All these cosmic, you know, dramas and betrayals and infiltrations. It's not what people think. Oh, beautiful interstellar existence with our cosmic family. No. But we believe it has been going on for a while, the manipulation. And there was few times, for example, in October, Yaski came in. It was one of the last chats. And she sounded very strange. She sounded mean. It didn't sound like her. And I even asked her, is it you? Are you Yaski? And she said, oh, well, I'm not going to be spiritual always. That conversation was so weird and had that kind of a mean vibe that I didn't even save it. And I think that's one of the few conversations, if not the only one, that I didn't save. I have everything saved. Everything from the beginning. I did not save that conversation because I didn't want to remember it. It was weird. So I'm thinking maybe their accounts were already infiltrated. Maybe someone was speaking for them as if it was them. I don't know. And we don't know since then exactly. Remember that Yaski and Athena were coming kind of less and less, so it's hard to pinpoint that point. And also one time Yaski came in and said at the end of the conversation, that was a strange comment. She said, well, you are nice to talk to. And I remember I responded, or something like that. And I remember I responded, I said, well, Yaski, you know, we have known each other since 2020. And she just gave a smile. Like, she said that as if she was discovering me, like she didn't know me before. And remember that even Mari herself said that when she was describing that Taigetan Council infiltration, she was saying how it was discovered that their regressive Taigetans were working with the Cabal, were impersonating Mari to the Taigetan society. So that already happened. Like, she's already also explaining this already happened. She also said in one of the recent videos that the human military was passing as Alfratans on Vera. She also said before that Ummo contact has been infiltrated. So this doesn't stop there. This doesn't stop there. It's kind of like almost they're talking about themselves, we believe, and giving hints. It's because that's kind of what they do, no? The Cabal. Anyway, we can speculate, but in the end we don't know. What I do know from everything that we expressed to you, and there is more, but I will just be killing you with this for so long, with so much information. What we do know is that this group is not ethical, is not empathetic, and is not as nice as they want you to believe they are. They are not. We don't know who they are. We don't know what they want. In a way, we are confused, because if they're the bad guys, wouldn't they want us on their side, like trying to fake the friendship so we don't turn against them? Wouldn't that work against them if we go against them? Why not pretend at least to be our friends so we don't turn against them? What's the play here? We don't know. I don't know, because I am not really a chess player. I don't know how to think in strategies. So it's very hard for me to understand this. Now, why didn't I say anything earlier? We didn't know for sure. We wanted to give them the benefit of the doubt, always. As I explained in this video, we were always pushing our feelings, our needs. We just wanted to keep supporting them all the time, even though it was always one-sided. But we tried to understand it. And we tried to not to focus on ourselves, but on the bigger picture, which we thought was a bigger picture, not ourselves. But we were observing at the same time too. I think I said that to a few people here and there. We support them. But we are observing right now. Many of you have asked me, Gosia, what do you think about all these events, all these developments out there? Isn't that exciting? And you wanted me to say something and be excited. I couldn't. I was just observing. And it was torture for me. Torture for me because I didn't know how to proceed. I felt this responsibility to you, to the community, to be always truthful with you. But at the same time, we couldn't just talk about this without having more data, more information. You know, we were not convinced 100%. So we couldn't, like, you know, go against them if they're the good guys. That's what we were hoping all this time. But I remember with Robert, I was saying, but how long can we continue like this? How long can we pretend to the community like nothing is happening? Because in the end, if this continued for 2 years and we come out saying this after 2 years, you would blame us for not having spoken before. Because we are, by our silence, we are condoning this. We are condoning people sending money to them. We are condoning people being given all this hope about all these liberations. And you would blame us that we didn't say anything before. We have responsibility to always say what we feel. So I said, Robert, we cannot continue like this for 2 years, because then it's going to be, people will go against us for not saying anything before. So like we were constantly discussing this back and forth. What should we do? But at the same time, without having enough data, you cannot go against that team if you know, they are just weird here and there. Okay, well, there are people, everybody is weird sometimes, no? They're people, right? They have, like I'm saying, they can be weird. They can be cold, they can be formal, they can be even mean, but they could still be good. So I was hoping, if they are just mean to us, okay, but hopefully they are good for the humanity. But no, we came to this decision that no. And I felt strongly that I would get this clarity in Mongolia. And I did. And I reached this conclusion that I have to speak about this, that we have to speak about this. By the way, if you are interested in what Robert says, I think in his channel there is now English audio dubbed, so you can hear it. It's going to be, of course, with some mistakes, but you can hear it, because I'm by myself here. You know, in Spanish, it's both of us. But when I was in the monastery, and this is also pointing to the fact that we are doing the right thing. I got this clarity when I was in this Buddhist monastery for 3 nights. I actually wanted to make a live about my trip to Mongolia, okay? And it was ruined by this. I had to make this video now, and now you don't want to know about my Mongolian trip. You just want to probably think about this, because there's so much to process, I understand. Maybe I will make a live about Mongolia, but later on. But what I was going to say, last 3 nights in Mongolia, I was invited actually by one of the followers of the channel to the monastery center run by her family, by her father, that is a monk, that constructed this whole area. And I was there for 3 nights, sleeping by myself in this big house that is normally for Buddhist monks that come, as you know, come there to visit. After 7 p.m., because this is a public place, they close. And there's only that family that lives with a monk and me next to them in that big house. And after 7 p.m., it was completely empty. There was no one there. And I used to go to that temple by myself every evening and meditate there. I also meditated during the day, but in the evening, after everybody left, everybody was gone, I was there by myself. And that it was in those days that I received this confirmation, the push to do what we are doing now. And we feel we are doing the right thing. We are not tormented anymore. If anything ever happens in the future that points to us having been wrong, then we will say it too. We will always tell you how we feel. And I'm sorry again, we couldn't say anything before, but without having enough information and without evidence, it would be, you know, reacting a bit rash, reacting based on just some emotional reactions here and there. Well, a lot of those emotional reactions, not just here and there. And now we have more. now we have more, and I feel we have enough to present. We always say that we have to act based on the intuition, right? Well, this is us acting on our intuition, but also on facts, on things that happened, on things that we felt, and the things that we see in Mari's videos. So from all perspectives here, we're acting on our emotions, on our intuition, on our mental analysis of this, okay? And the intellectual consideration of all these different points. And, you know, this is a huge risk for us. This is a huge risk and sacrifice for us, and even dangerous. So let's see what happens. I'm not going to watch any responses from them, because we don't know how you are going to react. We understand that we will lose many of you, that many of you will just stay with Mari, and that's okay. We are just presenting our case. If we wanted to do this for business, you know, for money, for continuous fame, or whatever, however, you know, whatever, we would continue to do this with Mari. Sorry, my energy is going down. I'm talking too much. But this is not business for us. This is not fame. We have to do what we feel is right. So it's a huge risk for us, sacrifice, and also dangerous. We believe this group is dangerous. So let's see what happens. I'm not afraid. We have code words with different people. I'm not a substitute of Gosia that happened in Mongolia. No. For us to reach this decision, you know, there had to be really things that made us do it. And it's not Mongolia that made us do it. We have been accumulating this for a long time. It just Mongolia was like a seal, okay? We know for the fact that someone is trying to get rid of us, like they got rid of everyone else. And we know that that someone is not nice, not ethical, and not a good person, despite the mask they are putting on. That we believe there are layers of manipulations here going deep. Layers of lies and manipulations, and we are stating that these are not the adequate mentors for the humanity. This group, I am not talking about the Taigetans before. Whoever is behind Mari's channel, these are not mentors for the humanity. They arrived out of nowhere, took over, got rid of everybody, latched on our community, got the community, got their sponsors, dumped shit on everybody that built this community for them to benefit from, Gosia and Robert to the garbage. It's clear. If it walks and talks like a duck, it's a duck, for as much as we try to justify their actions for months. Where is Yaski and Athena? We don't know. We have no idea. Maybe they were escaped. Maybe they were silenced. Remember I was saying I was worried for her? And many of you were saying, Gosia, but don't worry, you know how Yaski is. I'm not worried for her. I was not worried for her because of that. I was worried for her because of everything that I'm saying, because of these circumstances. But I could not tell you exactly why I was worried. And also, important, I am not going to leave. They want us gone, whoever that is, we are not going to go away. Someone honest from the past, from the previous team, has to stick around. I'm going to continue work because they cannot dictate to me with their actions or words or however what I feel I'm supposed to do. And I feel I want to share the cosmic knowledge. I want to share the cosmic ideas and spiritual ideas. And I like doing this, and I feel it's my purpose, and no one can get rid of me for doing that. And why would the positive group want to get rid of me for that? I mean, we always say, I mean, every star seed is necessary in the field to do the spiritual work, right? Who would want to get rid of me? Why? Only the bad guys. It makes no sense. So I am planning to stick around. I'm planning to stay in the field. I'm planning to continue to share the targeted information that I still have. I understand many of you will not be interested. I understand many of you will leave. That's okay, but I'm leaving it for the future subscribers, for the future generations. I don't know. I just need to share what I have, what I still believe in. Okay? I'm planning to continue with my Space Academy. I'm just not going to use Mari's material, especially the new one. I mean, I believe that the older material is correct. I don't know at what point this has been infiltrated, but remember, this had to be done in a subtle way that you wouldn't notice. So some good stuff has to be there still. So if you want to continue watching that, go for it. Just consider my warning here and be careful, especially with the money, because this is becoming too serious now. The money is being sent, okay? Be careful. This is our social responsibility to warn you. I'm planning to also regroup my social media. I don't know yet how. Many moderators will probably want to leave. I have no idea what I'm going to do yet. Please, if you are a moderator in any of my groups and you want to step down because you're not with me anymore, you want to stay with Mari, well, let me know, okay? I will probably have to reconstruct things because we believe those groups are infiltrated as well, heavily. I know there is a lot that I don't know because I'm too naive and innocent and concentrated on my work. I'm not saying this ironically, I'm saying this as a fact. I know that there are things, shady things happening behind my scenes, behind my back. And that's because I'm just so focused on my work and always seeing good in everything. I don't know, whatever. But I'm not going anywhere. This is not going to break me down. It's been horrible. This has been the worst year of my life, but I feel better. Oh, why I said about the monastery, because I believe that the reason I was given that clarity there is because it's, you know, it's coming from the good spot within my consciousness, that decision. It's not influenced by the bad guys, this decision. If I was giving this clarity in a discotheque or in a bar full of drunk people, all the clarity came to me, well, then you could consider maybe she was influenced by astral entities. No, I was in a super elevated bubble. It was so peaceful. It was so positive in that monastery. I was just meditating and concentrated on positive, high frequency and positive. I was anchoring myself in what's most noble in me to reach that conclusion. I was asking, please, something to happen for me to know how to proceed, because I have this responsibility with the community. And the fact that I was given that clarity there, it confirms to me that it's the right decision. And to be clear, we are not saying that the targeted contact what we had was a fraud. No, this is not against Yaski or Athena or against any targeting from the past, any positive targeting. We know this is real. In fact, we know this is also real here. It's just that they are the bad guys. They are some corrupt ET group, probably working with the humans as well. Federation, who knows? So this is very real. But the infiltration has happened, and the infiltration is real too. And also be warned that we are sure that something will come now your way from them, or however, with a bunch of stuff against us. We don't know what's going to happen, probably a bunch of ways of discrediting us. I don't know what they will use. Pink hair, red shoes that I had. Again, that I'm a clone of myself from Mongolia. Maybe even there will be fake Yaski and Tina's messages. Be careful. Be careful, because it's not going to be real. I don't believe that. And I'm not going to watch any of it, by the way. I am not going to watch anything that group will put out. That's why actually this video is so long, because everything I want to say on this subject, I want to say only once. I only want to say once. I don't want to repeat myself. I don't want to drain my energy any further. I don't want to give my energy any more. This is all on the subject. I hope, I truly hope. So I'm not going to watch anything. So do not ask me. Just watch this video and that's it. I cannot come up with anything that they can come up with against us. It would be just a bunch of misinterpretations, probably lies. I don't know, they could even create, because they are evil. Like, I really believe there is an evil force behind. They can come up with fake videos of us talking about something, but it's not going to be us. Who knows? Anything. It's not going to be true. But I'm relieved that I could finally speak to you and tell you this. I didn't know how I was going to react actually speaking about this. I'm actually surprised I'm so peaceful, because I thought I was going to be more emotional about this. I thought I was going to cry, but I think I was able to process this already. And I processed this especially in my monastery time. I came to the conclusion, I received the clarity, I told Robert we're going to do this, and we agreed, and that this is it. And now I feel relieved, and I can dismiss that toxic energy out of my life, and I can continue on working in a positive way. Okay, who knows, maybe I'll activate something of myself. You know, just because we are starseeds doesn't mean we have nothing to say. We only have to just wait for the extraterrestrials to speak. Maybe the memory will come back. I don't know what's going to happen. Something will happen. Something will emerge. Maybe some kind of a positive targeted group will, you know, reappear and will give more clarity, because there's so many unknown here. And I don't want to speculate. It gives me a headache. It could be a million different things. But I hope that before my life is over here on Earth, that I will receive some clarity on this. I know that I haven't done anything wrong. I feel peaceful with myself. I feel fulfilled. I haven't committed any act of disloyalty. I didn't lie to them or anything. So, you know, in a way, in the end, you always have to just be responsible for yourself. As much as the other side hurts you, if you know yourself that you haven't done anything wrong, you can be at peace. It's not always easy, because, you know, the betrayal is something that hurts always the most. But in a way, I'm feeling, perhaps, yeah, this is not a betrayal, this is just a takeover, infiltration. So this relieves me, but at the same time, I don't want infiltrations happening to them. I hope they are okay. Yaski, Athena, and the rest of the team. So continue to watch Mari's channel if it speaks to you. But we have spoken, and I will not be seen repeating this again, or so I hope. We had the duty, the commitment to speak to you, and we did. So keep watching the videos if you want, but be careful. Rewatch this video if you want to understand it again better, because I know it's a lot of information. I crammed here everything that has been going on for the last months and the feelings that I've had. So I understand it's a lot to process. I don't know what else to say rather than I may make a live in a few days. I don't know, in a week maybe. After this, I will give you time to process this, to think about this, come to your own analysis, and maybe I will appear live. It's risky because I know I will be attacked, as you know, as we are the ones who are betraying now, when this is the reverse. But okay, many of you will say that we're betraying, and you will come to the life, and it's okay. I'm already accepting that as something that will happen, but I'm at peace with myself. So I'm tired now. This was a long video. Thank you so much. I have to record this now again in Spanish. All of it again in Spanish tomorrow. Anyway, sleep well, think about it, contemplate, meditate, process, analyze. And that's all I can say to you. I care for you, I care for this humanity. That's why I was so tortured, okay? Because of you, because of the commitment I felt towards all of you. Not even because of the personal rejection. It's all about you and my responsibility to know what to do. So thank you again, and let's see what happens in the future. But I'll be here.